Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. All right, we got an article here from naturalnews.com. It says synthetic chemicals in ultra processed foods contribute to serious health issues, study finds. Yeah, because we're eating our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles. All right. Now that's Ezekiel 4, and I'll read that. This is the book of Ezekiel 4, and verse 13. And the Lord said, even thus have the children of Israel eat their defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, whether I will drive them. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of Israel that is scattered abroad. It's your brother Zakar Kasai coming to you with a quick lesson, man. All right, in regards to the foods that we're eating, the things that are in the stores, even when you try to get away from the processed foods, and it's just bombarding you, and all these chemicals are actually lowering your vibration, lowering pretty much your life, you know. And these devils, they know what they was doing whenever they started putting processed foods and stuff together. I mean, not too long ago, they want us to eat some lab-grown meats, man. Meats grown in a lab by a computer somewhere, okay? And they're doing that in different countries, even here in America. All right? They're saying that the cows are farting too much. We got to kill off all the cows. They're messing up the climate. Yeah, climate change. All right? So they're killing off all the chickens, bird flus, and all types of stuff. Saying the chickens are messed up, when really, in part, it's just you damn devils are messing everything up, because you can't stop messing things up, man. So it says synthetic chemicals from packaging additives and processing equipment and ultra-processed foods contribute to chronic diseases such as obesity and heart disease, beyond what nutritional labels indicate. See? Obesity and heart disease, man. All right? Just from packaging, okay, and the additives and processing equipment and ultra processed foods. So it says a Nature Medicine review highlighted microplastics, PFAS, forever chemicals, and endocrine disruptors in food as major but overlooked public health threats. So they it says with 98% of Americans already carrying forever chemicals in their blood. Yeah, because it's in the water. You got plastics in the water. I think there was a percentage of plastics inside of people's bodies now, right? It says over 100,000 synthetic chemicals contaminate food. 100,000. That's why they don't eat the same things we eat here in America. They don't eat those same things over in Europe and different countries. Okay, because they care about their health. They care about their people. But this is Babylon the Great. See that Georgia Guidestone maintained humanity up under 500 million. They're literally doing experiments on you and trying to take you out, man. Ever since you was a baby, giving you processed foods and things like that. All right, things that we know shouldn't go in our body. Legalizing drugs. All types of things, man. Just for their money, just to get some more money, okay? They don't care if you die. It says over 100,000 synthetic chemicals contaminate food, and most are untested for safety. It says current risk assessments fail to account for real low-dose exposure that disrupt hormones and metabolism. That's why everybody's walking around bugged out, man, with a low vibration, snapping on everybody. All right, they done been in McDonald's parking lot too many times. They've been through the Burger King too many times. Some people, that's all they eat. That's what they live off of, man. Okay? It says microplastics are found in nearly every organ in your body. Now, how did the damn microplastics get there? Why is there so much plastic in the ocean, and you got whales dying on the beach, beaching themselves? Whales and dolphins, they whole stomach filled up with plastic. They got webs and nets all around them, plastic nets, bottles and cans. Why is that? Because the damn devil, man. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he did it, man. Let's just clear it out the way. Let's get it out the way, man. All right. It says microplastics are found in nearly every organ. How did it get inside your body? Right? That's why they got the FDA. Why is food and drug in the same sentence? Because the food is the drug. They're feeding you drugs through McDonald's. They're feeding you drugs through the Kroger. Okay? Through your local food mart. Okay? Spraying drugs on it. They got drugs in them. All right? The food is a drug now. All right? It says microplastics are found in nearly every organ, resemble cholesterol particles, and are tied to 4.5 times higher heart attack risk per NEJM study. So I'm just reading this off of the screen. You know, they might try to flag this video. Lord willing, they don't. Okay, but hey, it is what it is. It says plastic-related diseases cost the U.S. $249 billion in 2018. So plastic-related diseases, man. Look at that. It says experts urge reducing plastic packaging, prioritizing whole foods, and overhauling chemical regulations. While Europe moves towards stricter policies, U.S. oversight lags, leaving consumers vulnerable to corporate self-regulation. Yeah, and they're gonna eat it because they ain't got no choice. Most Americans don't know how to grow their own food, man. They're depending on the Kroger, the King Supers. They're depending on this food that's coming in from different countries. They're dependent on that. They're dependent on the farmers and everything, and the government programs that help out, food marts, different, like the homeless. A lot of homeless people depend on the food banks, different shelters feeding them. Okay, but everything's got chemicals in it, forever chemicals, and everything is basically killing you slowly, man. It says the foods lining grocery store shelves, colorful candies, microwavable meals, and packaged snacks may be more dangerous than their labels suggest. A growing body of research reveals that synthetic chemicals leaching from packaging, processing equipment, and additives in ultra-processed foods, UPFs, are silently contributing to chronic diseases like obesity and even heart disease. A review published May 16th in Nature Medicine called attention to this serious matter. It warned that contaminants including microplastics, forever chemicals, and endocrine disruptors represent an unprecedented, an underappreciated, and understudied threat. So they represent an understudied threat to public health. Why ain't they don't care about your health? See, the wealthy, they're not caring about it. They're eating good. They're not going to Kroger's and things like that. They good. They're not eating the same things you doing. Just like when that JAB came out, the people that made it, they didn't take it. They made you take it. Okay, so they're not in that. They're not worrying about it because they eat fresh meats, fresh veggies. Okay, because they can afford it like that. Okay, it says with 98% of Americans already carrying PFAS in their blood and microplastics infiltrating organs from the brain to the placenta, experts argue that outdated regulations and corporate negligence are fueling a preventable epidemic. Yeah, so it's all types of information in here. Basically, we know that you devils are doing it on purpose, man. Okay? So it says, historically, the rise of processed foods paralleled post-war industrial efficiency, but the health consequences are only now coming to light. You know, they're coming to light because they wanted to bring them to light. See, this devil, he accomplishes a diligent search, man. They're not just now coming to light. Okay, this devil knew exactly what he was doing when he started putting these things together, man. He knew exactly what he was doing. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 38 and 12 in the NLT. It says, meanwhile, my enemies lay traps to kill me. That's a trap to kill you, man. That's a damn trap. Now they got the nerve. Oh, we just now figuring it out. No, you've been knowing about it, man. You've been knowing about it. Okay? Those who wish me harm make plans to ruin me. All day long they plan their treachery. Yeah, let me read that again. Psalms 38 and 12 in the NLT. It says, meanwhile, my enemies lay traps to kill me. Those who wish me harm, who's that? Who wishes us harm? These damn heathens. Okay? All you heathens. Esau, Edom, and the rest of you heathens. Y'all wish us harm. You wish the children of Israel harm, man. It says all day long they plan their treachery. That's treachery. That's those unrighteous decrees spoken about in Isaiah 10. Matter of fact, let me read that. It's Isaiah 10 and 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, because they have to go through a process to pass that on through these certain laws and policies, man, that make it make food able to be contaminated. They purposely contaminated with rat poisons and certain things like that, certain amounts, and they do it on purpose, man. Yeah, children's cereal got all types of rat poisons in it. How did that happen? Well, it had to go through a process to be approved, okay, through the government or whatever other FDA or whatever, man. It was approved to go inside of your food. It was approved to make you sick. They didn't say it was going to make you sick at first, and they knew what it was going to do, okay? And this is what we got to deal with here. We got to deal with this damn devil. It says, Isaiah 10 and 1, woe unto him that decree unrighteous decrees and write grievousness which they have prescribed. So they write these grievousness. They write these things down, put them on paper and stamp it out. All right, this is what's about to happen. To turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people. Yeah, you on Section 8 or on food stamps, you got to have a certain kind of food. You can't buy this food over here. Food stamps, you can't do this. You know that they just now making you do away with like soda pops and candies on the damn food stamps, man. They just now, after all these years, man. Okay. So they know what they're doing. It says to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey. Yeah, Section 8. And that they may rob the fatherless. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Take the man out of the house. Kids grow up eating all types of processed foods. Disrespectful. Basically wild bulls in the net. This is Psalm 64 and 5. It says, in the NLT, they encourage each other to do evil and plan how to set their traps in secret. See, it was a trap. Ain't nobody looking at the back of no label, man, and looking how many calories or anything they're taking in. They're not paying attention to that. They're just eating, gobble, gobble, just eat everything up. Stuff as much in their mouth as they can. And there's not a proper educational, there's not proper, like they're not, even in the school systems, they're feeding them processed foods there. They're not feeding them a full course meal, a nice meal that's going to be beneficial to them, man. Microplastics all in the food, all around your heart, all around in your body. Forever chemicals, man. You take a shower in them. You're trying to get away from them. They say they're in the waters everywhere in America, but you got to take a shower, so you're drinking it. You're actually drinking it through your skin. So it says studies estimate that the public rated Diseases cost the U.S. 249 billion in 2018, with PFAS exposure alone accounting for 5.5 billion in health damages. That's right. So, just a few things, man. Just had to bring that article out real quick. Hopefully this message is edifying. Let me get a few more scriptures. This is Psalms 58:3. It says, "The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies." They already know what's going on, man. They already know what they're doing. Okay? Because they are the wicked. This is Isaiah 32:6. It says, "The vile person will speak valiantly, and in his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy and to utter error against the Lord." They practice hypocrisy and utter error against the Lord. They force pork and everything too, man. You think you ain't eating no pork? You get a sandwich or whatever, a hamburger from one of these fast food joints or whatever, but the bun is got pork in the bun, man. Okay, so this devil knows what he's doing, man. It says to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instruments also of the trail are evil. Yeah, that's what I wanted. The instruments of the trail are evil. This devil is an evil person. That's why the scriptures tell you never trust thine enemy, man, because he always got some shit planned, man. He's always planning some kind of way to hurt people, man, through his deceitful means, man. The instruments also of the trail are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor, and that's a wicked device. The FDA, that's a wicked device. What's that? The Federal Reserve, that's a wicked device. All right, this whole banking system is wicked. This whole America is wicked, man. Okay, their worship, their policies, everything that they about, pushing Black Lives Matter and all this other bullshit. Those are all wicked devices, man, to further have us in derision. Okay, transsexuals and all these other things, man with man and woman with woman, those are all wicked devices, man. And they push it on the children. Just like they push these forever chemicals on the children and on everybody else in the food and hide traps inside the food. So you don't even know, you think you're getting a balanced meal. You ain't getting no balanced meal. There ain't no life in that damn meal, man. Ain't no nutrition. All right, kids are extra tired these days. All on the internet, fucking spend 8 to 10 hours on the fucking internet. That's a goddamn trap, man. G-O-T. Excuse my French, but that's a trap, man. All right. Everybody always tired, spraying stuff from the air. We're surrounded and trapped in this prison planet, man. That's why we need the Lord, man. Let me go to this one. It says Isaiah 24:5, "The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant." Man, this place is defiled, man. This place is really defiled. This is Isaiah 26:8. It says, "Yeah, in the way of thy judgments, O Lord, we have waited for thee." Yeah, we're waiting for the Lord to bring some new air, some new water. The water, we can't drink the water. You can't drink the water, but you drink it through your skin when you take a shower. How can you avoid that? It's a damn trap, man. You see, how can you avoid that, man? How you gonna avoid it? You're trapped, man. So whatever diseases and sicknesses you have, and these devils contributed to it, man. Some way, form, or fashion. Yeah, in the way of thy judgments, Isaiah 26:8. O Lord Yahweh, have we waited for thee? The desire of our soul is to thy name, and to the remembrance of thee. With my soul I have desired thee in the night. Yeah, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness. And that's right. When the law, statutes, commandments Okay, okay. When the Lord turned this thing around, the inhabitants of the earth gonna learn righteousness, man, and they're gonna be happy with us ruling over them, man. They're gonna be happy in a clean kingdom. Okay, they're gonna rejoice in that because you can't rejoice in this kingdom. Like was that Proverbs? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. That's how you know this place is wicked. Everybody is mourning. Everybody's languishing. And it goes to your gut. It goes to the things you put into your body that you think that you think that you're getting nutrition off of, man. Okay, a well balanced meal. Ain't no damn well balanced meals here, man. So when the Lord's law, statutes, commandments, whenever just the basic, like not eating pork and things like that, and just basic things, man, out of our laws. The people gonna learn righteousness, man. They're gonna be happier, healthier, all that. You can't do that here. Anyway, with that, I'd like to say shalom.